So, let me take you back a couple of years ago when I was shuffled from the business side of our company into IT during a major reorganization. The official line was that it was for better alignment with software delivery. But let's be real, the real reason was that I came with a hefty price tag. I wasn't in sales, and IT had a much bigger budget. Oh, and there was that little issue of me not approving their builds because they didn't meet the specifications. Apparently, that made me difficult and not solution-oriented. So there I was, reporting directly to the executive I had previously challenged over the quality of his team's work. Talk about awkward. Now, once I stepped into IT, things were a bit, well, let's say different. Every single task had to go through a ticketing system. It didn't matter if it was just a simple question, a clarification, or even a divine revelation. No ticket, no work. In theory, I guess that sounds fine, but my actual job involved consulting with business analysts and developers. I knew the rules, regulations, and use cases inside and out. My work didn't fit neatly into a ticket. It was more about problem-solving existing tickets. But here's the kicker. No ticket meant no work. Bureaucracy over brains, right? Now, senior clients, especially the ones with clout, often reached out to me directly because I was someone who could actually provide answers. Normally, I'd respond, whip up a ticket afterward for tracking, and all would be well. But management didn't like that at all. After a particularly heated discussion about delays in closing low-priority tickets, while high-priority client emails were piling up, my boss laid down the law. He told me to stop responding to client emails altogether. Instead, I was to forward them to the project managers who would create, prioritize, and assign tickets. I tried to explain that these emails often came from executives and required quick responses. But my boss, with all the confidence of a person who has never been on the receiving end of a delayed email, said, "Follow the process, or we won't know how overworked you are." Okay then, challenge accepted. So a week later, I received an email from the CFO of one of our biggest clients. They were asking for details about a customized build. Normally, I would have had an estimate ready in a couple of hours. But this time, I CC'd my boss and the project manager, confirmed I'd received the request, and politely asked them to create and assign a ticket. A few days passed and the CFO followed up. "We need this by Friday," they said. So I replied again, CCing everyone, apologizing for the delay, and emphasizing the urgency of the request. But I knew no one had even assigned the ticket yet. Then, suddenly, my boss started frantically pinging me, "Why haven't you gotten back to the CFO?" I took a deep breath and calmly reminded him. 1, he told me to only work on assigned tickets. 2, he was CC'd on every email I'd sent. 3, he'd have to ask the project manager for a status update. And there it was, a long, delicious silence on the line. I could practically hear the gears in his brain grinding away. Finally, he replied, "Okay, you don't need a ticket for everything. In the future, if it's from an executive, just respond and make a ticket afterward." "Sure thing, boss. Glad we cleared that up." With a smirk, I sent the estimate off to the CFO. Everyone was happy and peace was restored. And better yet, management now seemed to value results over process, at least the first part of it anyway. But peace and results, well, that's a whole other story for another day.